Hello, friends. It is a Christmas Eve edition of the Matt Murphy Radio Show underway. Thank you for being with us on this, a Wednesday, December 24th, 2025. It is episode 950 of our gatherings together, and I valued every single one of them. And today is going to be a fun show, a special show, and I hope you're able to spend every single moment with us. I'd love to hear from you. We're going to solicit some telephone calls on specific subject matters coming up in just a moment, some of which have to do with the holiday season, some of which do not, but we appreciate all of you for being out there, and I appreciate you every day of the year, but most particularly on Christmas Eve, during the holidays. It is a time to, find yourself in the company of old friends. It's time to find yourself in the company of loved ones, maybe some of which you've not seen for some time. And if you find yourself in that situation, I'm inspired to tell you right now at the beginning of the show that if you find yourself in that situation where you've got an old friend in your life that you've not talked to in a while, maybe someone that you've lost contact with, perhaps it's a family member or whatnot, reach out to them and say hello. It'll do your heart good. It'll fill your heart with joy during the holiday season. Take it from me. By the way, we are joined in this little escapade over the course of the afternoon. I've got a gift for Ken Weaver back in News Closet B. I just had a gift delivered from a loyal listener to the radio show there, Ken. And I've also got one for Jackson. And I guess since Jackson decided not to show up, Louie gets Jackson's gift. What do you think about that?
I'll take it.
Yeah, I think Louie would. I think you would. It's right there. I got a little bag for it. So we'll be delivering those coming up in just a couple of minutes. I also got, hold on. Where'd my lid go? Hold on. Louie, you look like you could sport a pretty good hat. Yeah. I mean, you just look like that, So I received this as a gift moments ago. And you see that on the camera there?
Nice.
It says Bah Humbug.
Bah Humbug, yeah.
But here's the thing. It exposes me as I feel like I have some gifts in my life. I feel like I was blessed by the Heavenly Father, and I was blessed with gifts. Hopefully one of my gifts is to be able to communicate with people in a way that they want to listen and those sorts of things. I was not blessed with a normal-sized head, Louie. And as a result, my gift giver, my little elf, who dropped off these gifts for Ken Weaver and Jackson and myself, and you'll get Jackson's, obviously, because he decided not to join us. Ken, I got presents for you. You took off right after the news. I got presents for you. Somebody dropped off his presents.
Is one of them an electric football game?
I don't feel comfortable rifling through your bag, Ken. I'll tell you what, I'll give you your bag during the break, and we'll figure it out. Louie and I were just talking, though, that I received this. It's a Bah Humbug hat.
Yes.
And which is pretty awesome. But then I'm going to show y'all the affliction of the big-headed people. We don't get enough attention. All you other folks that have, I don't know, whatever malady or affliction or suffering that you have to go through, the big-headed people in our we don't get enough love because, look, see, this hat is a normal-sized hat, and then I take it and I put it in a normal, and it doesn't fit. Once
you got to put on the last notch.
I can make it fit if I'm on the last little rung, the last little button, but then it looks goofy. Big head.
Looks fine to me.
Well, thank you, Ken. You're kind, man.
You're going to have one of them lines in the back of his head that takes it off.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I'm telling you, fellas, if you got the big noggin, you find these awesome hats all the time, and you want to wear them, and you can't wear them because you got the big heads. The only thing that we have going for us is the Fat Heads brand. Have y'all seen that? Fat Heads specifically. I mean, they go right to the point of the matter. You got a fat head, come to us, we'll get you a lid. Anyway, thank you to our elf, our very special elf who gave us gifts today. And I will deliver your gifts coming up in just a couple of minutes. Ken, I got you one, and I don't know. Ken, what do you think? What's the rule? I don't think I can give Jackson's gifts to Louie. I think that would be inappropriate.
Jackson might be a little upset by that.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I don't think I'm going to do it.
And the giver, too.
Well, yes, and the gift giver might,
But we got to give Brother Louie something.
Okay, well, maybe you can give him something out of your stash.
I've got some big old cookies.
Oh, I got I'll tell you what.
I like cookies.
I tell you what, if the gift giver is listening, if it is permissible, I will give my Hershey's Kiss to Louie.
Yeah.
Because I don't need it based on how this jacket is fitting.
Well, Brother Brian and Cabana Wife dropped off some cookies.
Oh, did they
this
really?
morning? And these are homemade cookies,
Mm-hmm.
as we know the Cabana Wife can do.
Oh, my goodness.
And I will share those with you boys.
No, don't get them near me, please.
Yeah, I'm going to give you.
Oh, Lord. So good. Oh, my goodness gracious. This time of year, I just can't handle it.
Yeah, Louis doesn't have to worry about it, but you and I do.
And well, Ken, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, I do. I'm a
skinny.
short fella. Short fellas get fat real fast.
Yes. I'm only laughing because it's true.
It is.
That if there's a big, tall dude that is, of good size, they don't call him stocky.
No.
You never get the description of that's a stocky fella. That's a portly guy.
No,
it's only the
just
short
get,
ones.
he's kind of a tall fella.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might say, a tall, stocky fella, but yeah.
They start with tall.
He was a short, portly fella.
He was a portly man.
He was a short, fat guy.
That man had too much supper. That's the way that the kids say it. That man had too much supper. Anyway, look, we hope that all of you have very wonderful holidays planned. God bless you, and I just appreciate all of you. And I'll get maudlin and soppy and sentimental a little bit later on in the show. But once again, I'm inspired at the beginning of the show to tell you, and the inspiration came just moments ago to me that if you have not seen folks that you love for a while, go see them. If you've not talked to loved ones in a while, go talk to them, pick up the phone. They're just a phone call away, and make this a special Christmas in that you reach out to family and friends, which is what it's all about. It's not about the material stuff. We love exchanging gifts and getting fun stuff. I love my Bah Humbug hat, although it won't fit my big old head. But now's the time of year to enjoy family and enjoy friends. We're going to have a good show today. Jay St. Clair will join us on Friday and Wednesday. That will be at 5 p.m. today, a suspended version of Friday at 5:05 this afternoon until about 5:35 when we'll get into nincompoops in the news. Before that, very special welcome to Dusty Slay back in studio with us. Dusty has been as busy as a one-legged man at a butt-kicking contest this year. He's been all over the place, man, everywhere, man. That just like the song.
He's been everywhere, man.
I've been to Oklahoma. I can't do it.
One of those.
Yeah, I can't. I couldn't do it if the words were in front of me. Speaking of words being in front of us, I'm going to diagnose later on in the show the worst Christmas song of all time. The worst Christmas song of all time, in my humble opinion. The worst Christmas song. Ken, do you have a worst Christmas song in your opinion?
Yes.
What is that?
Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
Okay.
And I only say that because whenever I first started out in radio, I was a country music DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And I constantly got requests for that. I constantly had to play it. And I just got tired of it.
Yeah.
It's a funny story.
Oh, it's a great song.
I just don't like it.
I had the honor, and I'm embarrassed that I cannot remember his name as I sit here, but I had the honor of interviewing my first year in Nashville, Tennessee. He sat in this studio with me. The writer, the songwriter of Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer.
It's a very clever song. But you know what? I just thought of another song that I don't think I think I hate this song worse than I just don't like this song. It's the John Lennon song, So This Is Christmas. I cannot stand that song.
What have you done? Nothing other.
Yeah.
Well, because he's trying to make us feel all guilty, which is the genesis behind my least favorite Christmas song that I will break down later on, and I'll tell you what that is coming up. Louis, do you have a least favorite Christmas song?
Yes, I do.
All right.
It's you ever heard "The Christmas Don't Be Late" by Alvin and the Chipmunks?
That's
The Chipmunk song, I think. Yeah, that one's pretty.
Yeah, that's probably my least.
It's pretty
favorite.
worn, man. It's pretty. It's pretty.
Those.
It's worn. You know what? It was cute at the time. And good for them because the technology, they had to speed the tape. You know, they didn't have all this digital process. Good for them. But I agree with you, Lou. It is a worn song. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, we get it. You were able to speed your voice up and sound like a chipmunk. Good for you.
You know, when I take it back, no more Grandma got run over by a reindeer. That is no longer my
least favorite.
Least favorite, yeah. I forgot about the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Have y'all seen the meme running around where the stupid song from back in the day? I want a hippopotamus. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. That thing. Mm-hmm. There's a meme running around where you see Santa Claus and he's looking at his list. He goes, I don't know why they keep asking for these, but okay. And then you see the kid on Christmas and the hippopotamus gets there and just starts destroying everything in the house and like grabs the kid in his mouth and shakes the kid and throws him against the wall. And he's like, you get what you want, kid. You know, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, you don't want a hippopotamus. Those things will kill you,
They
man.
will indeed, man.
This one's even worse. This one is the worst of the worst. And I'll let folks guess for a few minutes before we get into it. But we've got news to get into today as well. There's some great economic news coming out on Christmas Eve that the mainstream media will not tell you about because they hate Donald Trump. We'll do a little bit of that today. We'll take your telephone calls all day long regarding Christmas. And I want to give you the opportunity, kind of a Christmas gift to the listening audience, whom I consider to be family. Look, we're one big family, right? And with big families, you know, you like some family members better than others. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You like Uncle, Albert, probably better than you like Aunt Edna or whatever it might be. But I do consider us all one big family on Super Talk 99.7 WTN and the Matt Murphy Show. So with that in mind, if you want to give a shout, I don't do shout outs except on Christmas Eve. It is a policy. If anybody gets a shout out in on my show, they're slipping it in. We're not allowing it. But if you want to get a Christmas greeting out to family, in a way, now just the one rule, y'all, because I already got folks, I got somebody calling on line one right now. The one rule is that just let's remind ourselves that the entire family's listening. And what that means is if you stand up to give a toast or if you stand up to give a Christmas greeting to someone, then you want it to be applicable and make sense and be entertaining for all of us. Just that's the big rule. Let's make sure that it's a celebration for all of us, not just something that is specific and unique to just you and the other party. Does that make sense? I hope so. But give us a call, 615-737-9986. We'd love to hear from you. Obviously, we'll get into the news of the day. I will start with the positive economic news, something that the mainstream press will not be telling you anything about. Plus, Rand Paul has his annual waste report, which is always fun to review this time of year. Dusty Slay coming up at 4:05 this afternoon. Very excited about Dusty being in studio with us. We'll find out what he's been doing. It's always a hoot to talk with Dusty. I bet he's got some thoughts on Christmas. Jay St. Clair at 5 o'clock and you throughout the course of the afternoon. We appreciate you being here. 22 after the hour. Louis in control. Ken's in the newsroom. My name is Matt Murphy, and this is the Matt Murphy Show on Super Talk. Happy. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It's like Lou's doing a mixtape back there in the control area. That's cool, man. That's all good. 615-737-9986. I'll hold down the fort in here. Lou's holding down the fort in there. Ken's holding down the fort in the newsroom. And we wish you a Merry Christmas Eve on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. This is a day where people typically come at me on my frustration and my disgust over Friday Eve. And they say, well, why are you saying Christmas Eve, Murphy? You hate people that say Friday Eve. I hate people that say Friday Eve because it's Thursday, right? And it happens every week, and it's too much. Christmas comes once a year, and so it's perfectly appropriate to have a Christmas Eve. Halloween is really All Hallows Eve. It's perfectly appropriate to give it that. New Year's Eve. Great time to go celebrate with family and friends. I call it amateur day when it comes to drinking. Be safe out there for New Year's Eve. That is also kind of an amateur time frame, but it's perfectly appropriate to call that an eve. Friday Eve, not so much. And I've killed 3 puppies for this segment because you longtime listeners know that on Friday Eve, if you say Friday Eve, I can't stop you. It's
keep
free.
doing it.
I can't stop you. It's a free country, but a puppy dies. Erp. That's the sound of them losing, check out Dominic the Christmas donkey. Okay. Shout out to Mr. Jimmy. How he's doing. I have not heard from Mr. Jimmy since, I guess he called about a month or so ago, right around Thanksgiving. But I would love to hear from Mr. Jimmy.
Yes,
I'd love to hear from any of you folks at 615-737-9986. I will impress upon Louis to begin answering those telephone calls at some point. But he's busy right now. He's working on a few things, so y'all be patient with us, and we'll get to your calls as soon as we possibly can. In the meantime, some great economic news for the holidays that the media is simply refusing to talk about. The mainstream press has decided that they're just going to call the economy crappy, even though economic indicators demonstrate time and time again that is not the case. The American people have seen growth every quarter. We have seen sound economic numbers coming out in the last quarter of the year. Real gross domestic product increase at an annual rate of 4.3% in the third quarter of 2025. That's July, August, and September, the last opportunity that we have numbers. That's great news. In the second quarter, real GDP increased 3.8%. The increase in real GDP in the third quarter reflected increases in consumer spending, exports, government spending, partially offset by a decrease in investment. Imports, which are a subtraction of the calculation of GDP, decreased. According to the editorial board of the Wall Street Journal, they said that it's a contradiction in economic pessimism and consumer survey coupled with consistently high consumer spending rates and a better economy. So marry those three thoughts and tell me what you think is the causal factor. All right? You've got people spending a decent amount of money because their personal economy seems to be fine. You have an economic picture that seems to be rosier than it has been in the last several years, yet you have, when surveyed, people say that their consumer confidence is down. Why do you think that could possibly be? Why do you think that people have a perception that the economy is worse than it actually is with Donald Trump as president of the United States of America? What possible factor could be involved here? The enemy of the people. The MSM, the mainstream media. More on that coming up in a moment. Your telephone calls coming up as well. 615-737-9986 as we continue. It's time for news on Supertalk 99.7 WTN. Supertalk 99.7 WTN, 39 minutes after the hour. Thank you for being around with us. It is Christmas Eve, and we are, Louie's got the controls in the control area, in the control room. I'm here in studio. Ken Weaver's back in News Closet B. We got Dusty coming up at about 4 o'clock, 4:05 thereabouts. You on the phone, 615-737-9986. Talking about the great economic news that has come out over the last several weeks. You wouldn't hear or know any about this because the leftist media, the hashtag never CNNs of the world, they're going to choose to spike good news because they hate Donald Trump. It is a sad occasion that this is the case. I heard Brian Wilson subbing in for Chad Benson earlier today, and Brian was so dead on. Good to hear his voice. He was so dead on talking about the CBS story, where Barry Weiss, who's the new head of CBS, has tried to reset their thought process with regard to how they present the news. Sadly, these leftists have decided that they create narratives that they go with, and the truth be damned on those narratives. And it even goes to the heart of basic journalism. Now, I've never been a journalist. Brian Wilson was a journalist for most of his working life before moving over. It's a slight shift into talk radio, but I've never pretended to be a journalist in the respect that I'm an opinion giver. We analyze the news, we break it down, we read those stories that we trust that are created by journalists, and then we move forward with breaking down the news, getting your take on it, giving our take on it, offering you an opportunity to, in real time develop an opinion about what the news might be. But these liars in the leftist press, they hate it. Why do you think they hate the internet so much? Why do you think they want gatekeepers in the form of government controls over the internet, because the internet proves them to be liars so often in the fact that they ignore information that is pertinent to stories if that information leads us to different conclusions than the one that they want us to conclude, which is what happened with CBS News. CBS News wanted to present a particular narrative about CCOT, the El Salvadorian prison, and how Donald Trump's administration was utilizing CCOT in a way to get illegal aliens out of the United States of America and at least filter them back into their countries of origin or take them out of this country because of the threat and danger that they pose to the American people. And because the CBS News 60 Minutes team did not do basic journalism 101, Barry Weiss flagged it. They're used to doing it this way. But she is a new sheriff, and she's trying to do things differently. One of the reasons that you will not see positive economic stories, regardless of what the economy's doing. And look, if the economy sucks, I expect negative economic stories. I don't have a problem with that. One of the reasons that you rarely hear me criticize MSNBC is because MSNBC doesn't pretend. You know, what I've always said about what we do is that we are subjective commentary. We are not objective in any sense. At the same time, you know who fact checks me in real time? You do. Every single day. And you have an opportunity to call me at 615-737-9986 every single day and fact check me in real time. Say, Murphy, you're not telling the whole story, and here's the deal. Well, these elitists that sit in their ivory towers with their, pearl-knobbed typewriters, that's an old school reference, they don't believe in that. And so they're not accustomed to it. What they do is they decide what they want the news to be. One of the reasons that I have pushed away from, y'all know, you longtime listeners know how I feel about polls, right? Polling, we do way too much of it, and polling has been corrupted by the media's influence within polling. Because the media decide you're doing it wrong if the goal of the poll is to create a headline. Oh, we need a news story here. Let's run a poll, and then we'll run a news story about it. That's not the purpose of polling. The purpose of polling is not to get you a headline. And it's certainly not the purpose of polling to confirm the narrative that you come into the polling that you've already decided is the case. So if you've decided that the economy sucks, would it not make sense that you're going to then formulate the questions that you present in a given poll or put your thumb on the scale on a given poll in order to affect the outcome of that poll? Or if you don't have an ability to affect the outcome, you have an ability to spike the poll in the news the next day. But boy, if it confirms the narrative that you want, it's splashed right there on the front page, isn't it? It's just not a way to run a railroad. Patrick says, y'all have got to be worried about Mr. Yeah, I mean, I would love to hear from Mr. Jimmy. God love him. He's, I think, 86. I went down to visit him in Shelbyville and haven't seen him in a while. Several of you wishing Mr. Jimmy a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we certainly wish them the same. All of the, how about a shout out to all of those that are overseas serving our United States military and all of those folks, men and women who will not be home with their families for Christmas. We absolutely love those guys too. Ben writes in and says, "Old Mac killing puppies in the first 30 minutes of the show." Well, I had to explain it. Christmas Eve doesn't count. It's only the other Eve that counts. You said the other Eve, that's a problem. Y'all with me? Okay. Clay is next on the radio show. Hello, Clay. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm doing fine, brother. It is very nice to talk to you because I'm a long-time listener and first-time caller.
Well, darn, Clay, don't take so long next time. I appreciate you calling me up. Thank you.
Well, man, there's other people that need to voice their opinions, probably better than me. But, hey, I get to talk to you now, brother. I'm a superstar.
Come on, let's do it. What's on your mind today?
December 5th, I had a beer or two, tripped on my feet, fell into a Amish heater forward with my arms in front of me, landed, knocked out probably 40, 50 minutes, came to but could not move, man.
Oh, no.
Yes, sir. Laid there 9 hours, man. And luckily my cousin come to feed the fish in the pond, found me, got me up, ambulance, hospital. And that Wednesday, I did the surgery in Murfreesboro. Core screws, pins, fusion, all that, bone spurs ground, all that, man. But the thing I wanted everybody to know is it doesn't matter how old you are, anybody that you know that lives alone, you've got to get one of those little call me things on the neck, I fall and can't get up, that kind of thing. Because, man, my phone was laying right next to me. But I could not get myself up to get to it. I weigh 260, man. So, big guy, I don't fall soft. I fall hard.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, it doesn't matter. You've got to be – if I'd had that thing around my neck, I could have reached my neck and hit the button. Bam. Maybe lay there an hour. But by the grace of God, brother, I'm sitting here in a rehab in McMinnville. Everybody at St. Thomas, no matter what I was, they were all angels. And, yeah, every now and then, man, I'm the guy that asks about Mr. Jimmy too. But you're right, brother. We got to think about the troops more than anything because, they walk the walls, I've had a little bit of an energy drink, so, I talk fast, man. But, oh, man, I'm going to be checking the podcast out later, brother, because, hey, like I said, I'm a superstar. I'm on the radio.
Get on it, man. You'll be on that. You'll be on that podcast over on the YouTubes.
Hey,
you get
man,
to see. When you go over there, you get to see my snazzy jacket.
There you go, brother. When I got here on, I guess about 5 days ago to this rehab, I've got the neuropathy, all that, man, in the hands now because, I'm laying there 9 hours. But, man, I'm doing better every day, brother. And
good.
When you're in a nursing home, you realize, man, it's not about you because it can be so much worse. There's other people out there, man, that have way worse problems than Clay's got.
Well, Clay, I'm glad you're on the mend, and I'm glad of that.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. And
hey, he's the one, dude. He sent my cousin down there to feed fish, so what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But the good part is I told everybody that think I'm crazy. I'm glad it happened, man, because Clay's done drinking. I had a 45-year run, brother, a couple DUIs, never hurt nobody, never wrecked. I'm done. That's it.
Yeah. That'll
called God, brother.
That'll put the fear of the Lord in you. Well, Clay, I'm glad for you. And do me a favor and don't make this your first call, your last. Call us back in the new year and let us know when you're really on the mend, when you're back up and getting around. Hey, and I'll tell you this, sure. Clay, I don't know if you're interested in losing a little weight, but stopping drinking will help that too, brother.
Exactly, man. I've already dropped probably about 8 pounds, and I'm loving it, man. I'm like you, brother. I had to wear the Huskies when I was a kid, and, we was poor, man. Most of the time my tennis shoes were too little for my feet, but it don't matter. I made it, You
know what I like to tell people, Clay, because I'm probably about 216, 217 now. Maybe 220 considering Thanksgiving. But I tell people that, look, I might be fat, but I'm not as fat as I used to be.
Exactly, brother. I hit 320 one time, and that's not cool, man. Yeah. That's when you get into the serious health problems.
Yeah, I got up to my wake-up call, and Clay, God bless you. Tell the family we said hey, and you get better, brother, and you call us anytime. My wake-up call was I went to the doctor one time and got on the scale, and it was 285. And when I hit 285, I realized that I am just a hamburger or two away from 300 pounds. And left to my own devices, I would weigh that. I mean, I love my brother to death. My brother is he's stronger and more athletic than I probably will ever be, and Brian probably weighs 350. Because he doesn't manage consumption, right? And Brian, I love you if you're listening. I know my brother listens all the time, and I'm not hating on you. I'm telling you the truth. Brian listens from Columbus, Georgia, all the time. He's probably listening right now. He had an ankle surgery. But we are. The point is, the family, we are predisposed to be big folk. That is just in our genetics. And so I got to 285, and I decided, no, I'm not going to do all this. And I've been really good about managing intake, but I'm not managing outflow very well. In other words, I can manage what comes in, but I'm not doing what I need to do to get stronger and to feel strong. But I'm going to do that in the new year. I'm dedicated to it. Jackson and Cameron Smith and Matt Murphy are on a mission starting January. And Ken Weaver, you can get in on this if you want to. I would invite Louie, but he didn't need it.
No.
Louie, I don't like Louie. Ken, now that I think about it, I don't
I'm
like
always
I don't
good for a good workout.
I don't like see that's what people
I'm
that are
always good. I'm always good for one.
that's what people that
down
are
for
fit
it.
say. I hate them.
I'm not really fit though.
You're fitter than me.
I want to be more fit.
I mean, we all got to go. I mean, yeah, that's the awesome thing, man, is that the new year, people talk about resolutions all the time, but the new year is a time to reflect on, what you want better in your life, what you want to do better in your life, what you want to accomplish in the new year. Sometimes we accomplish it, sometimes we don't. I want to get more fit. Louis wants to get more fit. Ken?
Yes, sir.
I'm not so sure what you want. What do you want in the new year?
In the new year, what do I want?
Yeah.
I haven't even thought about it, man.
Peace on earth.
Health.
Goodwill.
Good health. I want good health to continue.
Well, you're looking great. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. You must be walking.
I wear big clothes.
Well, big clothes, and you walk that little wiener dog, don't you?
Walk that little fat wiener dog.
I love it. I love it. When I'm down in Mount Pleasant, my plan is to see how far it is from my house to the nearest coffee shop.
There you go.
And I'm being serious. This is the goal.
And you're going to walk there every day.
And I want to, in the morning, get up, put some, before breakfast, go walk the dog, one of the dogs, to get some coffee every day. I think it's probably about half mile, maybe a mile.
Yeah.
So if I think maybe it's about, I'll have to chart it out. But if it's a mile, then it's a mile one way, a mile the other way. You got a 2-mile walk in.
My doctor told me 45 minutes a day.
I love it.
Just walk 45 minutes a day. It's not about distance, it's about time.
Okay. Several people on the YouTube chat want to know what color my jacket is. What would you say, Ken? It's got a fancy design to it. It's like a
It looks crimson.
It's like fancy curtains that your grandma might have during the holiday season.
Yeah.
I don't know that Ken, I don't know.
But I'm colorblind.
Ken, are you trying to put me in a bad mood calling this crimson?
I'm just saying, dude, that's what it looks
It does
like.
kind of look crimson, doesn't it? It kind of blends in with the background. Can y'all see my shirt, by the way? Oh, yeah, see. Let me show you my shirt. You see what the shirt says?
Feliz Navidad.
You see the last word?
I
Yeah, don't say that one.
can't say that.
Don't say. That's my favorite Christmas shirt, y'all. And you can only find out what it says if you go to YouTube and watch Super Talk TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, or Rumble. 53 after the hour, Super Talk 99.7, WTN.